Hi. Hello. 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 Hi. How are you guys doing today? I'm late again. I know. I'm sorry. I've had a mentally exhausting couple of days, actually, I feel. And I don't know why that is. I just feel very exhausted and tired. And it's gonna get worse. But I'm gonna still stream anyway, so. Hello, everybody. Let me go back. JLA, I don't believe she's actually here. I didn't cancel. Suck my fat fucking nuts. I didn't cancel. Fuck you. Also, your boy, hello. Thank you for the 123 dailies. Suda, thank you for the 140 dailies. JLA, thank you for the 4 dailies. It's Faye. Oh my god, it's my wife. Avo, thank you for the 4 dailies. Arctic, thank you for the 115 dailies. Arch, thank you for the 3 dailies. Hello. Welcome in, gamers. Oh my god. So I have a new thing for you guys. If you guys have a subby, you guys have something special. You guys get something new. I don't know if you've seen. There's a new emote. The Rorb. The Deus Rorb. And I can recreate that for you guys again. See, the reason this came about is because I downloaded 𝙎𝙧 version 0.14. I was on 0.10. Rorb? Rorb, look. Hi, Avo. Lord, thank you for the 54 dailies. Thank you for the lurk as well. Game over friends. Have fun. Thank you. Thank you for the 81 dailies. Hello. But yeah, so TLDR, there's another mod, the pixel model. You can do something really silly. I'm gonna pull up shoes. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So you can do something, you can fisheye effect this bitch. Look at that, turn it down, relax. But I can, like, I can fisheye so hard it's not even funny. But I won't, because I'm not like that. You're looking at the DoorDash driver through my door. Hey, you got any games on your phone? Quick, all of us together, slam down the lid, tape the box shut, and send it back to Santa. Oh, you're so fucking mean to me. Why do you hate me? Guys, do you see this? Dude, JLA actually hates me. Do you guys see this? JLA actually hates me. That's so messed up. Can't believe this. I am just a little fucking guy, man. There we go. I think that's actually the right size for the box lid to be. You're getting in the Rorb. You're getting put in the Rorb. So it's really hard, I feel, for you guys to even know what the hell that's looking at. I thought the little gift idea would be cute, but honestly, I'll keep the lid on my head, actually. Let me change models so you guys can see what the fuck is up. Bye, Christmas present lid. At least I'm sending you to Santa. There is a South Pole. That's so fucking mean. Okay, so here we go. Fisheye lens. Who's ready? I'm not. So, so ready? Ready, you guys? The Rorb. Wait, is circular? Yeah. Oh wait, it wasn't circular before. I might have to Photoshop it again. Fuck. I might have to Photoshop it again. I don't know. Why? There we go. Anyway, it looks really dumb this way, so I'm gonna turn it off. Anyway. We're gonna go back to the present, I think. We're gonna go back to the Padoru, because we have Christmasing to do, and I've used this goddamn model enough, I feel. Not that I want to stop using it, but that I've used it enough. So yeah. I'm really sorry. With context, they see but as new peak emotes. It's just the pixel one going at the camera. It's great, obviously. So yeah. Anyway, so today we're playing more Apollo Justice. We're going into court today, if I recall, and we will be we'll be taking on that test case that Phoenix told us about the chick who apparently killed her own dad, which I don't believe somehow. I don't know why I would have that kind of inkling. 𝙁𝙗𝙧𝙚, is there a Together for Evil badge? There should be. It should be for Halloween. Let me turn this back on. Put the box back up, hang on. My box is here. So yeah, I don't know why. Is there a back to this box? Hang on. I don't know why it's not giving me the present bottom top. Okay, so I guess there's no back. Weird. Acrio, thank you for the 93 dailies. Hello, gamer. Sorry, I had a big yawn to get out of my system. I think the best cookies I've ever had is my offering. Fuck, I want cookies, man! They're so fucking— stop, you're making me jealous. I want desserts really bad and we don't really have any in my house right now. Get in. Yeah, Acro, I added a new emote. It's the Rorb. Do you like my Rorb? That would explain why the canvas wasn't fucking square. That's weird. Spritz cookies made by Fred. Oh, that sounds so good. Not fair. She's so— oh. Hey Rhea, hi you boy. I can't see it. Twitch mobile moment. I did just add it a few minutes before stream. I say a few minutes, probably like 20. Found the first 2 volumes of Sailor Moon today. Holy shit, nice. Wait. Ornament. Clown. Ornament. They're so 80s core. That's amazing. I'm using them to study them so that I may draw you to be aesthetically pleasing. Oh, well, I hope your studying goes well. That sounds like fun. Even if you weren't drawing me, we love studying. Twink detected. Oh my god. Soon using the Rorb. Here, wait, I can put the Rorb up on stream. Do you guys want to see the Rorb? Would you guys like to see the Rorb? There's the Rorb. Behold. Can you just be the Rorb? But that means I have to change models again. That means I have to change models. Also, weren't you here to see that avocado? Weren't you here, Avo? I full named you, I'm sorry. Live warp reaction, I lurk a lot, so I'm not sure. You were just here. This just happened, like, less than 10 minutes ago. Probably was here, but either was... No, this just happened, like, 10 minutes ago. I did it today. I did the Rorb on stream. Thought you meant, like, past you. No, just today. Literally just now. Just today. That's it. Just today. So right now in my house, we have a Christmas treat, but I don't know if it's being saved for somebody. I'm gonna go ask if it's being saved for somebody. Hang on, I actually really want to eat something sweet, and my sweet tooth is killing me, so I'll be right back. I ended up needing to actually piss, but I'm back now. Real though, 𝙎𝙧𝙧. Relatable. I was able to acquire some of the snack. The treat. I'm very happy. Yeah, boy, I'm a little confused. I mean, like, sure. I guess my only question is why. Meme drawings are welcome. I'm just confused. Why can you guys hear me chewing? This is mean. Hang on. Hello, hi Cupid. Thank you for the 59 days. With my free will, I spent $200 today on books. That's fair. Sorry, I'm eating a treat right now. It's good for me. Because it's good for my soul. I'm also technically catching up on a hydrate from Acrio.
Behold my cum.
Good one, Cupid. Good one. Also, Avo, thank you for the hydrate. Alright, I'm ready to game. Probably get the fuck on with it. Because sadly, I'm probably only going to be streaming for a teeny bit today. Do you guys like me to keep the present? Why is this, like, it pins to my model, but it doesn't... Yes, please. So without doing that, I'm losing touch. Real. I'm sorry. I mean, like, I understand the feeling. I'll stay in the little present box, and then you guys have a little Christmas Raya in the corner. How does this make you feel? I'm excited. I think real fits here. Okay, let's turn off the music. Oh. from save point. How's the volume? Gamers. This is an excellent asset. I'm gonna steal it. It's in the VTube Studio thing. You can use it. Sounds alright to me. I can always make it louder. No BGM right now. No, there's nothing. Just... Because if that's a bit quiet, I can always fix that. Because my mic, I'm still waiting on the stuff with my mic from the one guy, which is fine. I don't care. I'm just saying. The technicality of it is that I'm still waiting. So right now, my mic is going to be quiet for a while until I can get, you know... You know, am I louder than the game? Well, okay, I guess the BGM is where that happens. October 8th, 9:48 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 6. Good morning. So, you're Vera, right? I'm Trucy right. That's right, with a W. But not right? Sounds good, no worries? Okay. Sorry, I had to mute a large burp just now, because I felt self-conscious. I didn't want it to be gross. We're on your side. You can tell us anything. Please? Good morning. She speaks! Not bad, but I think you'd do better with a little smile, you know? You're so pretty, you need to sell yourself, you know? Trucy, let's take it easy for starters. Thank you for taking my case. Ah! Look at her! She's adorable! Ah! Vera, I love you! Oh my god. Favorite victim. Or, not victim, I guess. Favorite defendant. Based Trucy telling women to smile more. Guilty. What? Oh, that's... She's adorable. Look at her. Also, Avo, you're correct. The design team definitely had their rent due and Vera ate it. Okay, well, that's a start, I guess. She's the face of a murderer. Hey, JLA, I think I should kill you for that one. There she goes with the nail polish again. That's great, really. It's so cultured. Want to try? Ooh, really? Girls. Apollo, you fucking sexist piece of shit. I want to look like her IRL one day. I think I've already passed looking like her IRL. She's too cute. The victim, 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙀, was a forger, and a stolen painting was found in his studio. A life of crime, really, and maybe one that led to his death. Excuse me. Ugh. District Courtroom number 3. Why were we in lobby number 6? You know what? I don't want to ask any more questions. Well, we will now begin the trial of 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙀. Is the judge okay? His voice is all raspy and he's looking around all nervous like. The repercussions of today's trial will most likely be felt for a long time and may indeed alter our legal system forever. Today is a test of the jurist system and the first step towards a new order in our courts. Daddy's secret mission. The jurists will function like a jury. It is hoped their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will. Judge was raving last night. Real! Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom? 3 closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times. The jurists have access to everything that transpires. Jurists, judge well and judge cool. Now see here, Prosecutor Gavin. I was going to say that. Ah, my apologies, Her Judge. Jurists, today's trial coolly, and if you would be so kind. The jurists are unbound by the letter of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but by their feelings. And we're about to find out just what effect they're gonna have. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. The details of the case, if you would. Hang on. We're fixing it. The victim is the painter 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙀. He was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned. By whom, you ask? By none other than the defendant, 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙀. There wasn't any poison in the coffee. Achtung, someone has been doing their homework. Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself. The mug? Ah, residue was found on the rim, I see. The autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death. The court accepts this as evidence. Okay. VTuber judge nervous for his debut case. According to this report, the victim's death was caused by atropine poisoning, a chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere 0.002 milligrams. A touch of atropine in the body is the touch of the Reaper's scythe. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin, you may present your witness. I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. A man who witnessed the murder in its entirety. That journalist, no doubt. Guys, who's ready for the fuck-ass, awful, terrible, no-good body language of Brushel Spark, or Sparks Brushel? Who's ready? I'm not. I don't want to be here. Can I go home? The witness will state his name and occupation.
Stop smelling!
Ah, right. What accent did I do for him? I just did this yesterday. Hang on. What? No, I just did this yesterday. What was my accent? Is bro bringing in the Grinch? What kind of intro was that? He's gotta learn to speak his butt. No, you don't understand.
What the hell is this?
Ew, what is that thing? Oh, fuck me, what the fuck is that? I like how you guys were just like, no, Rhea, you should be more understanding. Ugh! The worst part is you guys are just seeing his idle animations. You haven't even seen anything else. You're not ready. I mean it, you're not ready. I'm currently eating my words. Yeah, you are. Let me see if I can hear his voice. All because he had to give him to the guy at the airport. Well, for starters, my name's Sparks Brushel. My job is a lone observer of the world. He's looking at me too strongly. I'm uncomfortable. Oh, you're gonna be more uncomfortable. In other words, a freelance journalist, right? If you don't mind, I'd like to state something here for the record. Yes, Mr. Brushel? I dislike conclusions, specifically the jumping to aspect of conclusions. Preconceptions make Pox sandbox of endless desert waste, end quote. But you are a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday. Well, that's true, yes. But you must understand, I stand before you today a man with a dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. Scoop turns Mr. Brushel into that Mr. Brushel, end quote. I found him. I found the voice. Let's hear your testimony then, shall we? A simple case, eh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out. Don't worry, guys. Once I stress him out, he's gonna look even more disgusting. But it's weird. This guy's weird. This guy's weird. This guy's weird. I visited the studio around 9 o'clock that night to do the interview. The first outsider to enter the atelier. Journalistic history made, end quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next? Star falls, end quote. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time. It's a good voice? Well, thank you. I think it's fun. It's a fun voice to do. It's very easy for me. And luckily, because I'm sort of running out of pitches I can put people's voices in, at least the accent will help differentiate him. You know? That does sound like a simple case, unless you were the one who poisoned him. Well, what are you saying, Judge? Need I remind you, the cameras are rolling today. I felt the need to be a bit dramatic. You didn't do it, did you? Me do a thing like that? Come on, it's like newsmaker making the news, end quote, or even contemporary witch hunt, end quote. I know, wild accusations, rock courtroom, end quote. Rock indeed. Prosecutor Gavin sure looks like he's having fun. I'm so happy for him. Very well, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please. Wow. Can't wait to tear this guy a fucking part, but I don't want to see his animations. 9 o'clock. Interview. 9 o'clock at night? Isn't that a little late for an interview? If the great painter Drew Misham says come at 9, believe you me, I go at 9. The first and, as it turned out, last interview with such a prolific painter. Right, can you tell us what it was like when you arrived? The first outsider to enter the atelier, journalistic history made, end quote. And you were the first reporter ever in Drew's studio? Posterity will look back on that night as a turning point in journalistic history. A basically insignificant step for all mankind, but a giant step for that Brussels guy, end quote. If no one on the outside ever had access to the studio, then it would serve to reason that the deed was done by an insider. By which he means Vera did it. So, how did this epic-making interview go? His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. Would you mind being a little more specific? Oh wait, let me tell you I enjoy a cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade. No, wait, 4th grade. That's not what I meant. I believe I know what her forehead is driving at. This coffee the victim was served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it? Right, that. That's what I was gonna say, really. Well, now, if you've got a question to ask, you'd best straight up ask it. That's what I tell all the new recruits, several times if necessary. Right for a grade schooler. That's my motto. Which isn't to say I can only read at a grade school level, but... Who touched the coffee? Dunno. I was in the back looking at the studio's equipment when she served it. Ziggy, thank you for the 115 dailies! You're about to witness our favorite guy. Ziggy, are you ready to meet our favorite guy, Sparks Brushel? Are you ready to meet him? And what happened next? And you know what happened next? Star Falls, end quote. No god, am I? I'm saying favorite a little bit sarcastically. I'm pulling a little bit of a Chapes. A little bit of a hijinks, you know? What's this about a star falling? Star falls, huh? It's like an old telegram. Send money. Over. Zowie, you don't know? That's like a journalism code word. An important personage passes away. A star falls. Get it? But there's no gravity in space, is there? Arctic, hello! Thank you for the posture check as well. I'll sit up, even though you guys can't see me slouching. I wouldn't think stars could fall, really. I don't like him. So you know what's funny, is everybody has said that they think I should be nicer, and then they saw him, and then they went, wow, maybe I was incorrect. The thing is, you guys haven't seen the part that makes me really egregiously uncomfortable. You guys know that I wear glasses, right? In case you didn't, IRL, I wear glasses. I need them to see. My eyes are very bad, very fucked, super blurry. So I need glasses. I don't have a choice. Just a warning. Does this matter? Oh boy, this is good stuff, good stuff. How about star breaks? Nah, Lex punch. I know, star dies. Nah, Lex imagination. Of course, you could go with Drew dies, straight to the point. I like it. I think we need to hear about something a little more substantial. Dang, Ziggy, you still love me. I know he doesn't like me. What? Super nearsighted, super slightly astigmatic here. I'm pretty nearsighted and very astigmatic. Moment of death, I guess. Oh, not the babe. Oh no. What about when Mr. Misham passed away? Oh boy, what a scene that was. He puts his coffee mug down with a crash. Right? Yes, and then? Then the cold finger of death touches his spine. Life's flame sputters and falls. So cold was that touch, he could do naught but tremble uncontrollably. Actually, life's flame is a little tired. Life's river froze over. Yes, that's a go. I think he's starting his article already. Could you describe that a little more simply? Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say. Artist's seizure, his final performance. End quote. @9 paralyzes the central nervous system. The body arches back like a bow. The limbs tremble. The throat burns. That's quite enough of that. Some of us want to be able to sleep tonight. Oh yeah? Well, I want details. Lots of juicy details. That you can listen to our last year's hit single, @9 My Love by the Governors, available at all major music outlets. The point here is that the victim died of @9 poisoning. Well, Mr. Justice, how did you find that testimony? Very important, I think. Well, as an account of the moment of the victim's death, I'd say it's very important. Please add it to the testimony. How has all you guys' days been? I hope been good. It's been pretty good for me. Very well. The court requests the witness add this account to his testimony. Okay. Spasms, it was definitely... His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. What? I'm supposed to press... Slow acting! Bitch! Mine's been pretty alright, hang on. I knew I was looking for something.
Objection!
That didn't do anything. Okay, hang on. Good, Kimmy's near implosion as we're about to go watch Sonic 3. Oh, that's fun. Right?
Hold it!
You say it was definitely death by poison. How can you be so sure? Hey, look, I'm a journalist. I've seen a lot of things, and I've had more than my share of experiences with so-called poisonings. Man eats fishy fish, goes bye-bye. End quote. Food poisoning doesn't count. Should I get him to talk about something else? Marshall's coffee. So, you drank the coffee that Vera served you too? Of course. When someone serves you coffee, you drink it. That's what my old boss always used to say. Never did get what he meant by it, though. But you're still alive, which is to say you didn't die. Of course not. No point falling before you're a star. End quote. All fish is fishy fish. That's very true. It's not exactly what I was getting at. What were you getting at then? You know the poison was on the rim, not in the coffee. Oh, yes. There were 2 cups on the tray she brought, and one of the cups had Drew's signature painted on the side. No chance the guest would take that one by mistake, I guess. Well, Mr. Justice, was that testimony important? Was... Important? I don't know. We're talking about the coffee the witness drank. I'd say that is important. Film, but Kimmy's enthusiasm is a reason enough to go. Very fun. Very well. Please add that to your testimony, Mr. Brusham. I'm going to, but I'm not dead yet. I'm gonna press this and try again. You sure you drank the coffee? Oh, yes, quite. I gulped it down, felt that sweet scorch in my throat. But you say the victim took 1 sip and fell over, and you still kept drinking? Of course. Drink your coffee when it's hot, never when it's cold. Never when it's not. That's what my old boss used to say. Never knew what he meant by it. Should I get him to talk about something else? Stars coffee. Maybe here? I don't know. You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too, but did you actually see him drink the coffee? Of course! He who sees it wins, but he who says it wins bigger. End quote. I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about it world. Yet? Guess I can't say I saw him drink it really. He had 1 so-called sip, if that. Man puts lips to mug. Drinks? End quote. I do not like this individual. Jail him. You know what's funny? Is Brussels actually pretty chill. If I had to be real with you guys, Brussels chill. So, that poison is quite virulent, I hear. My stomach did a so-called somersault since I'd gulped down that much coffee with so much as a second glance at it. Wait, maybe something's there, some kind of so-called trick. Anyone want to venture a guess for the record? Does this guy have a pause button? Well, Mr. Justice, did you find that testimony valuable? Yes. I'll switch it around. The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over. Oh, yes, you can go to the press with that one. Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add it to the testimony. There we go, I found it, okay. Very well, the witness will add this to his testimony. Vital, right? Now I get it. Now. It said slow acting, motherfucker. 1 sip, if that, the next moment he was on the floor. Is he like a journalist or something? Yes, he wants to be a journalist, so he keeps writing this down. Fuck you! Slow acting poison. He who says it wins, but he who says it loud enough will have everyone laughing. You know what I have a problem with? A particular property of the poison used, atroquinine. Oh, Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. A lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drank that, even you, Mr. Justice, would be reduced to a quivering pile. Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. There was a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information. An omission? Atroquinine is as virulent as he says, but death doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately. That's because atroquinine is slow acting. Slow acting? What? Oh. According to one forensic scientist, it's one of the most virulent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Stop it. If we suppose that the moment Mr. Misham sipped the coffee was when he sealed his fate, then he would still have had time left to enjoy his last cup of joe. Order! What's the meaning of this? If what the defense says is correct, why, that contradicts the entire testimony we've just heard. Well, Mr. Brushell, anything to say on the record? slow acting. SLOWACT. It was virulent, alright. Even then, it had already begun digging his claws into the journalist. He's working on his scoop. Oh, here. It's Brushel, yeah? Her Brushel. Let's take a trip back down memory lane. Huh? Did the victim really die the instant he took a sip? Think it over. This is vital. You know what I think? I think that was a not-so-subliminal suggestion, end quote. I admit it does cause a problem if he died when he said he died. I would be forced to say 𝙤𝙤𝙧𝙚 to my simple case, and you would be forced to say farewell to your article. Come again? You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, other reporters will pick up the scent, and you'll be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye. Oh, no, it's happening! Ah! Scoop. Ah, stop! Look, just wait a second, just 1 second. We're waiting, out with it! Think I just recalled a so-called important detail. A revival of recollection, end quote. A story survival, end quote. Attorney utterly confused, end quote. So perhaps the guy ingested it about 15 minutes before drinking the coffee and that's what left the residue. Everyone disliked that. I very much did. Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I've heard of poison that takes its sweet time, see? But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently.
Mr. Brushel, are you saying you noticed something that explains what happened?
You bet I am. The antidote for a poisonous contradiction, end quote, you might say. Or I still have no idea what you're talking about, end quote, I might say. I figured it out, but only after an in-depth interview. See, thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee. That's an important statement, sir. As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony that Mr. Misham died the instant after he drank. Of course I'm standing by my testimony and my dream of exclusive rights to this story. I suppose it was too much to hope for. What was? Of course he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him.
Him?
Phoenix Wright, who else? Tongue, her Brushel, report for us if you would. What is it that you noticed?
Looking and working. Thank you for the like, Ziggy.
Not because of Brushel, but because of hustle. Nom say it. Yeah, I got you.
Bye, Ziggy. Have a good one. This court is a critical trial this court is a critical trial of the jurist system. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed.
What Brushel noticed?
Guys, it's what he noticed. Holy shit. It's what he noticed.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note?
A suicide note?
Yes, he had this look on his face. Man's face inscrutable as a quadratic equation, end quote.
Suicide? Poor Mr. Misham. But that means Vera's innocent.
Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview?
Oh. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. I don't wanna. Bleh. Bleh.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. So he put the letter away when he saw you? Early reporter gets worm, end quote. That's my secret. I'm not sure I follow. It's the night of the interview. I arrived 15 minutes ahead of schedule. The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in. Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry, really? Mr. Misham, sir, seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter into that yellow envelope as fast as he could. I know a secret when I spot one, and that was the one.
It does seem significant. Well, Mr. Justice?
I wonder. It does have the ring of something important. Add testimony? Defense find this testimony vital, Your Honor.
Very well, please add it to the testimony then.
Hey, why not? My account is not gonna change. Heard it was left at the crime scene. No, it wasn't. And you saw him seal this yellow envelope with the letter? Hey, don't look at me like that. I saw what I saw.
Pa, you think this might be?
Our big break, yeah. But I needed to show some decisive evidence now. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. He was writing a suicide note.
com.
You didn't think anything might be wrong at the time? Hey, when I go in for an interview, that's what I'm there to do. Interviewer finds looking more effective than caring. End quote. So what about now? Thinking back on it, did you sense anything strange in Mr. Misham's behavior? Well, yeah, that's why I'm telling you all this to begin with.
Very well, continue with your testimony.
Okay, I'm a bit afraid, so I'm gonna do a silly. Present this one? Oh, it worked! Okay, cool. As it just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. In a red envelope. What? Prosecutor Gavin. Yes? Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, no, but her forehead. It's easy to mistake the color of an envelope. I guess, but not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already 7 years ago.
Well, Mr. Brushel?
I could explain that. True, right? He wanted to get that letter in an envelope pronto. Get it out of sight of my beady eyes, right? So we grabbed the nearest envelope and crammed away. And what about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump?
Well, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to the witness's claim? That night, the victim put a letter he had been writing in a red envelope.
It's impossible. That's impossible. Ah, I like your expression, so full of confidence. It's simple, really. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with the assistance of a forensic scientist. What? Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Misham. Oh? Why would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself. I'm bit scoped!
Order, order, order! Mr. Brushel, can you explain this to the court?
Oh my, how could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Reporter gets old, forgets lots, end quote.
Adding 5, guys. I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Brushel.
Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Bisham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, end quote.
A stamp? Whatever for?
Well, to mail his letter, what else? And then, why, yes, I think I saw him put it in his letterbox. Yes, it was a yellow envelope. And he put it in that box. It's like one of those letters that you send to your future self in grade school. I doubt it. Oh, how I wish it did. Just think if it was a suicide note. What a story. Star writes suicide note in front of reporter. Falls. End quote.
As I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case. That said...
Yes, Your Honor?
It makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope.
Oh, I could read it for you.
Yes, nicely. $100,000 is quite a good deal of money.
So this was from 7 years ago, yeah? Oh, he's smelling. So am I finished? Here, I mean, am I finished here? I was thinking of, you know, going home to start writing. I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the scent of a story, you make that, rather unique face. Ah, come on! Attorney has active imagination, little else, end quote.
Even I noticed something, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. You know, I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about.
Judge has active imagination, end quote.
Please continue with your testimony. Tell us about the scent of a story.
Hey, I'm the one asking questions here, usually. Don't. He's brushing his saliva on his glasses. Perceive. Actually, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leverages story, gets his interview, end quote. The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare.
So you threatened to go to the press with this story? That's how you got your interview? Blackmail?
Well, yes. I mean, no. It wasn't exactly, I mean, I'm not,
Something wrong, Mr. Brushel?
Look, this is my story, my tidbit. Journalist info is livelihood, end quote.
I see.
While you have me chatting away in here, what's going on out there? Big yawn. What if some Wally Wordsworth or some Sally Scooper gets wind of my story? It could be going to the press while I'm going to waste.
The court feels your pain, Mr. Brushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace. Certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago? The letter is 7 years old. Oh, hi. Actually, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leverages story, gives interview, and quote press. What's that? Exactly what sort of story was this?
Oh, a little one, like I said. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing in between, end quote. Might have suggested I had a lead on this particular story, but I didn't threaten or cajole or nothing, honest.
So a suggestion was enough to get an interview? Mr. Misham must have really wanted to keep it under wraps. Story concerned a case from 7 years ago.
A certain case? 7 years ago?
Tell us, what case?
Let me state one thing, Mr. Attorney, and you can quote me on this. I can't talk about that case. Why not? It's about journalistic pride and staunchness and credibility and connections. Journalist reveals sources only over his dead body, end quote. So what'll it be, gonna strangle me? Dead men don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney.
Sounds pretty determined not to talk. My chances of breaking his will aren't looking good.
I know it probably has something to do with the press. On the one hand, we have your story, and on the other, this letter. What makes you think the two are related?
Hi, Collision! Hello!
Oh, I was just saying it's possible. Call it reporter's intuition, end quote. Hey, I say a lot of things. You gotta pick them all apart and be my guest.
All of them?
No, just the incredibly suspicious ones.
I see. Anything else to add about Mr. Misham?
But just chat was that compare press. Just how amazing was Mr. Misham's talent? Huh? Oh, hooey, boy. I mean, hey, he's a star, man, a star. The flow of his brush is like a great undulating river across the canvas. Artist paints light up the studio like sun, end quote. This guy's full of wacky gestures, but that one just now was wackier than usual.
Looks kind of nervous to me, Apollo.
Definitely. I'm sensing something different than before here. Maybe it's time to bring out you-know-what.
That testimony left a bad taste in my mouth.
It all makes sense. Nothing jumps out as ridiculous.
I wonder what the story he's talking about is. It must have been good to get an interview with a famous recluse like that. Weekend time! Hell yeah, brother!
Something powerful enough to drag Drew Misham out of hiding. I wonder. Maybe it had something to do with Mr. Misham's art? I'm gonna try... I'm gonna try braceleting this one. Oh god, he's so HD. His teeth being HD makes me uncomfortable. Can I? Oh, ads. Alright, I guess I'll wait for you guys. We can play some words on stream. Play some words, GG words. Why is this breaking? Oh hey, it's still working. Have fun, guys!
Okay, we're back. Yay. And now we're gonna listen again, because I'm supposed to say what you will. Just refresh me. No? It's the same. You got another hand I'm missing? No, this hand is like gone. Here again? Okay. I wanna look at his hand. Or his fingers fidgeting. No? Is there something here? I don't know. Oh! Ew, he's sweating! Oh! Ew! Gross. Sweat much, Mr. Brushel? Yeah, well, a man can't help his glands, you know. It's more than that. When Mr. Misham's talent was mentioned, he suddenly began to sweat buckets. Ah! Yeah, you're hiding something about his talent. What? That's ridiculous! Evidence time. Let's show where Mr. Misham's true talent lay. It just so happens that I have evidence showing the talent mentioned in that letter. I do? They usually make it more than one. So I'm gonna guess. Ah! This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio. There are two problems with this painting. Oh, stop brushing your fucking glasses. The first is it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second is that there was another painting in the studio, which looked exactly like this one, except it was only half done. And then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation, the business of making forgeries. Ah! Got him. That is all, Your Honor. Everyone, please, everyone, can we keep this private? Please, this is my story, my scoop.
Forgery, that's a serious crime.
Drew Misham is known as an artist these days, but there were rumors he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back.
Another art meaning forgery?
Drew Misham was talented, alright, talented at making precise, detailed fakes. In fact, that certain criminal elements were quick to discover. Criminal elements? What? You can't seriously be talking about. Exactly. I'm talking about forging evidence. The rumors started circulating 7 years ago.
7 years ago? So are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for...
Exactly. Forged evidence nets tidy profit, end quote. Holy shit. Forged evidence? Hey, we talked about this with like Edgeworth in the first game.
Why, it's like our victim was living a double life.
This is my chance. So the victim had ties to the criminal world, right? He could have had plenty of enemies we know nothing about. This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We certainly found no criminal connections when we conducted our investigation. But how do you explain all this money? You have to admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here. But there is no proof tying this letter to our case. Our case was, and remains, simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned the mug that night. And you, of course. Hey, the only thing I poison is my pen when I'm writing reviews. So the victim never even died, he was just pretending.
Mr. Brushel, your testimony up to this point has been quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen.
What are you talking about? My journalism is rock solid. Journalism so solid you could stand an elephant on it, end quote.
In any case, let's hear a summarized recap of your testimony. If we can ascertain the situation in that studio from the recap, this trial is over.
Apollo, what's he talking about? The cross-examination showed Mr. Brushel didn't have a reason or means to poison him, as long as there are no other suspects. Then the killer had to be Vera, that's what. This next testimony is our last chance.
Mr. Brushel, your testimony, please.
What the fuck, bro? The only... Oh, yeah! Who's ready? This song is so good, by the way. You can find that on Spotify if you guys are interested. And it's also on YouTube. I will literally just listen to this sometimes. The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She submitted as much herself. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mug. And nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing. Clearly, the only person who could have poisoned him was his daughter. Oh, bitch! He sent the letter! Hello, motherfucker? We went over that. A nice testimony. Clear, succinct, and without room for doubt. Oh, shucks. You really think so? I believe this clarifies the situation that night. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your final cross-examination. Right. Your girl is going to jail. No, she's not! He just said something! I still have one trump card left to play, and I won't let this trial end until I use it. Ooh. I don't know what he's talking about. Steal that, and it was the defendant. I don't care. It was Vera who brought the coffee. Okay, I don't care. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mug. Okay, I don't care. And nothing left the studio after he died. Nothing. Fuck you! You know what game has a real good soundtrack? Guitar Hero. Not one thing, you're sure? Yep, sure as sure can be. Well, with one exception. One exception? What? Journalist Spock Brushel does interview, leaves studio, end quote. Okay, shut the fuck up. Come on. It's a joke, get it? Not funny, I know, but still. Did something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard something like that before? Now that we've proven our witness is a comedian of sorts, I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Do you have any idea what, if anything, might have left the studio that night? Just brushed his teeth with that nasty. Yes, I am aware. And he brushed his tongue, actually, and then brushed it on his glasses, which is even grosser. Just one thing. I think one thing might very well have left the studio that night, actually. A certain something that has vanished from the crime scene. By which you mean something other than our witness? Of course. Don't tell me, Vera Misham. Believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional. Oh, poor Apollo! No, they're so fucking mean to him in this whole game. I hate it that they constantly shit on Apollo. He's the everyman stuck in a world of freaks, and they shit on him for it. But then he's like, believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional. Aw, poor baby boy. Then let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Justice. Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows how it could have been taken from the scene. Bam! That is a very apt way to put it. This is the only link between that studio and the outside world. A letterbox? What did Mr. Brushel just tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter. Yeah, I said that, and yeah, it was true. Furthermore, you went on to tell us that he put the letter in a yellow envelope and put it in the letterbox. Ah! But that very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night the yellow envelope disappeared. Ah, yes, intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing. Huh? He has a point, Mr. Justice. What we're trying to figure out here is how the poison got into Mr. Misham. Is it really important that this envelope the witness says... Is it really important that this envelope the witness says he saw disappeared? Well, if it did disappear, then something did leave the studio that night. That seems very important to me. Very well, then the witness will add this to his testimony. You got it. I still think this fails to change anything, her forehead. I wouldn't be so sure. A letter disappeared from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for. Is it? Is it, Apollo? Why is it crunchy? Stop it. I didn't want to do that, but sure. And you were hiding that fact from us. Yes, well, actually. I don't argue the possibility that I don't argue the possibility that the letter disappeared from that studio, but her forehead, isn't there a much more serious question before us? Right, how Mr. Misham was poisoned. I know. Mr. Brushel's testimony has changed, which means the facts of the case have too. And what he's told us means something entirely different now. I'm starting to think. Let's keep thinking, Apollo. Okay, what did I accidentally? What do you think, Apollo? Everything he's saying seems so not flawed. Well, that's kind of what you want from a testimony, really. I need to keep my eye on what matters. How and why was Drew Misham killed? Okay, that made it worse. Why? Stop it!
Maybe I guess I have to use a little frame, I think? Hear about the coffee, that's not going to change, but if that coffee didn't kill him, I need to find what did and prove it. I'm gonna try this, maybe?
Objection!
Nope. Lamau. Lamau, good job, me.
Objection!
Nope. What is it? I don't... Ah! Stop! Cease. Cease immediately. Dude, I'm gonna scream! I'm gonna scream. You're sure about that? Ought to be really, really precise. I was busy grabbing mint candies the whole time. One of those candies might have been poisoned. Yet at the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragrance of mint filled the room, and no mint residue was found. It's a long shot anyway. Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this. You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee? Well, Mr. Justice, if you have some proof, possibility is there. I can feel it, just maybe not prove it, not yet. Possibility isn't gonna cut it, not now. Mr. Mission ingested that poison via a route other than that of the coffee. Ah. It can't be proven. I do believe our little forehead is growing up. Pity, we like the rash, youthful forehead best. Wait a second. We already know a letter might have left the studio that night. Couldn't that have opened up another path for poisoning? The situation's already changed. They just need to take advantage of it. Continue with the cross-examination. Okay. Thought I was put in the post from the studio, but I hardly think that matters. Ah, Dre, okay. Why? I'm about to try some fuck shit, that's why I'm saving so much.
Objection!
Nope. I'm gonna scream. What do I...
Objection!
I'm literally just... I'm save slutting this. I'm sorry, gamers.
Objection!
That's why the audio is gonna be fucked for a minute. Looks like you have to take this back part off first to put a photo inside. It'd have to be a really small photo to fit in there. True, and that pale bluish stain. Why would there be poison in a place like this? Well, there's one obvious reason. Whoever put poison in the coffee would have been on here, too. That's not very obvious, Trucy. Is it the autopsy?
Objection!
No. Of course it's fucking not. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I hate doing trial when I don't know what's happening. Proof is possible. Here goes nothing. Oh, look at Clavier go. You do understand what we need, yeah? Proof, her forehead, not possibilities. Of course, and Prosecutor Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof. What did you say? I have proof of the disappearing envelope. I saw him writing a letter, I did. Which was picked up by the mailman, I assume? Of course, which means that envelope had a stamp on it. A stamp? Ah. As we all know, stamps come with dried glue on the back. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it by licking the stamp. Yo! No one was talking to actually lick stamps in this day and age. Even if you wanted to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead after all. Okay, so he licked the stamp, but wait. How does that explain the 𝙤𝙯𝙧𝙚𝙖 on the rim of the coffee mug? If he licked the back of a poisoned stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yes? What would then happen if he put the coffee mug to his mouth, Those traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing, it was the other way around. What? The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Misham. Mr. Misham poisoned the coffee mug himself. Order, order, order! But that doesn't... does it? Recall, if you would, 𝙤𝙯𝙧𝙚 is a slow-acting poison, yes? The poison entered his body when he put the stamp on that envelope, but his time wasn't up until the very moment he touched his lips to that cup of joe. Oh, yeah. You have something to add, Mr. Brushel? Uh-oh, his nose was picking up another scent. As I believe I mentioned earlier. Well, that's the thing, see, after he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, end quote. But you know, I don't seem to remember him ever finding one. Maybe he'd just run out? Incidentally, we searched the desk drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps, not a single one. That does pose a problem. How will you prove that the stamp was coated with poison? Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. It makes proving the stamp he used was poisoned possible. Good show, good show. You can't even prove there was a stamp at the scene in the first place. Well, let's see what the defense has to say anyway. Where's your evidence that proves the existence of this poisoned stamp? Oh, now we get to use the stamp could fit in there! Oh! Well, that certainly is a cute little frame. And by little, I mean really little. It was on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself. I noticed that too during my inspection. So what? Ah, apparently you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important. Missing something? Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. 𝙤𝙯𝙧𝙚 residue. What? Why wasn't I told about this? The frame is only 2 inches square. The face of the frame is even smaller. Maybe an inch wide at most. You aren't saying... Oh, but I am. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? A commemorative stamp, perhaps? Order, order, order! The poison stamp was in this frame? Impossible. Prosecutor Gavin? Why would he put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me he had it there so he could commit suicide if the mood struck. No, can I say something? I had a thought, see? What, Mr. Brushel? Please stop jittering around like that. The victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger forges friends, makes enemies too. End quote. So the poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him. Guy was always prepared, I guess? No. Oh, rich. That's rich. Leave the ridiculous flights of fancy to the governor's song lyrics, please. Finally, something we agree on. The stamp was a murder weapon? Nonsense. Murder is a simple business. Who would go to such lengths? No one. Oh, I disagree. Come again. Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. Drew Misham hid from the world. He avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail. The mail! Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew read letters, a stamp would be the perfect weapon. Ridiculous. Where's your proof? I want proof. Show us evidence that this poison stamp was sent to him as a murder weapon. I might not have evidence, per se, but things are finally starting to come together. Well, what is it, Apollo? Your fists are trembling. I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Misham was killed. Well, fill us in, Mr. Justice.
A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Misham the stamp of... Mr. Drew Misham, I've deposited the $100,000 in the designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within something days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. The enclosed stamp! This motherfucker!
Isn't this the envelope, the one from 7 years ago?
Think about the text of the letter again. There were 2 pages in the envelope. This is page 1. And this is page 2. I am late. Hi, Gamma! Okay, so, to catch you up, in case you don't know this game very well, to catch you up, we're in court with, let me see, can I see his profile? We're in court with this guy right now as our witness. We're with Brushel, and he's been telling us, so apparently Mr. Misham was writing a letter when he showed up 15 minutes early to his interview, and he shoved the letter in an envelope, couldn't find a stamp, and then somehow he ended up sending the letter out into the world. So now we've suddenly made the connection that apparently Misham could have licked the back of a poisoned stamp, and that when he did that 15 minutes before Brushel started the interview, whenever Mr. Misham drank his coffee, the poison residue got on the mug.
Working.
Bush, thank you for the lurk! The poison got on the mug because he had the poison in his mouth because he licked a stamp. And then that's why he died the second he touched this coffee. And so now we're trying to prove that this letter is the reason he had the poison stamp, because it says send the stuff in with the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp. So now we're about to do it. We're about to figure this shit out. I knew coffee was evil. No, sending it coffee will be mad and sad to hear you say that. Don't say that. That's mean to coffee. I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. Oh, it's 3 days. That's fast. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor. Ah! In other words, if I have this straight, the stamp, poison on the stamp, lick, lick, gasp, end quote. Now, what if he had done exactly as the letter asked?
He would sign the document, put it in the envelope, and put the stamp on it, right? Then he would put it in his letterbox.
15 minutes wouldn't have elapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. But the clock started ticking, and when the time came, he drew his last breath, and the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene.
Quite conveniently, thanks to the postal system.
Thanks, time for shrieking.
Thank you for the streak.
Thank you, Gamma. Such a splendid imagination you have, her forehead. Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So, this poison stamp was inside this envelope from 7 years ago. Yeah? Is that what you'd have us believe? Really? Well...
It is a little bit of a stretch, but there's a possibility.
Yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? A poison stamp in this envelope? A stamp that then became the murder weapon? How do you intend to prove this seeming coincidence?
Well...
It was 7 years ago, and you don't even know who sent that letter. And your answer is silence, I see. Very well, I move to. It's not nice to pick on the Fraulein, Clavier. Ah! God, that scared the fuck out of me. What the fuck? Who did that? Hi, Emma! Oh my god. Well, like my Christoph Gavin impression? Did I sound like him? Fuck off! Don't quit your day job. Don't you have a crime scene to be looking after, Fraulein Detective? Someone had to come dig you out of all the mess you're making of this case. Mess? You know, none of this would happen if you just trusted in science a little more. You can find out if that stamp was in that envelope easy. Care to explain yourself, Fraulein Detective? I love Emma's theme. Or the investigation theme. It's so good and so bouncy. Bear at me all you want, but science is on my side. It's all in the residue, right? That's right! The poison detection spray. I love how different I can make all these characters' voices. I love how different Apollo, Trucy, Emma, and Clavier are. I love how different their voices all are, and it's so much fun.
Produce the red envelope at once. You can open it on the authority of the court.
Ooh. Oh! Bro, no way.
Well, would you look at that?
No mistaking it. That's 𝙬𝙧𝙬 residue.
I don't believe it. A murder weapon from the past? Now 7 years later it bears its fangs at last.
Absolutely outrageous. Tell me why. Why didn't the murder take place 7 years ago? Well, there's one possibility. Maybe Mr. Misham figured it out.
Figured out what?
He realized that the person who sent the letter wanted him dead, so he sent his reply with a different stamp.
And put his decisive evidence in a frame.
First try.
Ah! You're still here.
Can I make a statement here on the record? I, Spock, raised a toothbrush, will claim this scoop is mine. Drew Misham killed in cold blood by sender of 7-year-old letter, end quote. No, maybe something more succinct. Star falls after 7-year delay, end quote.
So he framed him! Order, order, order! I see no room for further argument here, though I admit this is all coming as quite a shock. To think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years. Stamp his ticket straight to the afterlife, end quote. Uh-oh, I think the witness has a bad influence on our judge. I see no need for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant.
Apollo? I think we just won.
Very well, this court finds the defendant...
Objection!
Nope. Sorry, man. The jury's still out on that, literally. Is this the bright future of our legal system?
Prosecutor Gavin?
A ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago. Tickets for Governor's shows are invalid after 2 weeks.
But it doesn't make sense any other way.
It boggles my mind that so many people haven't noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction in her forehead's claim. A contradiction? A poison stamp was placed in this envelope 7 years ago, whereupon it was framed until now. If that's the case, then why would Drew Misham have done what he did? Emma explained that. He must have realized it was poisoned. Therein lies the rub. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Misham sensed the trap and put the stamp in a frame. I do not debate this. But this begs the question, why, 7 years later, did he use that stamp on the night of the murder? Surely you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot. He put the murder weapon in a frame on his desk for 7 years and he forgot? You expect us to believe he's spraying the trap on himself? Poor Apollo. Oh, sorry, gamers.
While I admit this is all quite shocking myself, it does seem highly unlikely that he would fall afoul of a trap that had been sitting on his desk for 7 years.
Apollo? I don't think we're winning anymore. I'm glad to see we're all back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you.
Objection!
Okay, then how do you explain the poison stamp that was in this envelope?
The poison stamp? Where exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought it to court for us? I see no proof that such a thing ever existed.
We literally snapped back to reality.
What about the 𝙤𝙪𝙪 residue, huh? Oh, I agree, that does seem to be 𝙤𝙪𝙪 residue, but her forehead, it's certainly no stamp.
Yeah, but...
Even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Drew Misham never would have used it. That is all. Oh, poor fucking Apollo. This is getting intense, bro. I'm gonna head off. Have a great rest of the stream and a great night. Bye, Flaming Arctic. Sorry, I full Twitch named you. Bye, Arctic. Have a good one. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Sleep well. If you do sleep, I hope you sleep. Have a good one. Sleep.
I believe we've come to a conclusion again.
Apollo, were we wrong the whole time? I can't believe it. The poison traces match up. It can't be coincidence. Thank you. Yeah. Have a good one.
I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year, Mr. Justice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Misham received a red envelope. There were traces of the poison 𝙤𝙪𝙪 on the document inside that envelope. A similar trace was also found at the crime scene on this tiny picture frame. The defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope, the envelope that left the scene of the crime with the poison stamp on it.
Yes, but even if this envelope contained the poison stamp, and Drew Misham, knowing this, put it in a frame, he never would have used the stamp.
I'm afraid you're right,
which means there is a fatal flaw in the defense's case. I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time, I'm sure of it. The traces of 𝙤𝙪𝙪, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Misham's mysterious death. They're all connected somehow.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us?
The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen that the logical outcome of the evidence makes no sense, which means that one of our clues must be a fake. Ah, a fake clue. Fascinating. And if we find this fake, your wild fantasies will prove quite reasonable, yeah? The fake clue that's thrown us off the poison's trail is none other than... Red envelope. No, no, no. That's real. The frame. I feel like these are both real, so is my only option Drew Misham? Why is Drew Misham a fake? Okay, I guess Drew Misham.
The victim was a fake clue? I'm afraid I don't understand.
I'll explain. We have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself. Congratulations, you've completely lost me. So the fake evidence is none other than the master of fake himself, the forger. It makes a good story, I'll give you that. The fake clue. Fakes. Forgeries. Ah.
I know that face. That's the I just had an idea face.
I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake? Come again? 7 years ago, our forger sniffed a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles into that very same trap and dies. Why?
That's what I want. That's what I want to know.
Because the forger who was killed was a fake. Here we are again. The victim was a fake? One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's 2 forgers and one of them was a fake.
Order, order, order!
So you're telling us that Drew Misham, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was the fake, who was the real forger? You'd better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo.
I'm afraid you're going to have to back up your story.
Looks like I was right. Well, we're about to figure it out.
Mr. Jester, show us who the real Drew Misham was.
If Drew Misham wasn't the real forger, then there's only one other person it could have been. Yeah. You're in contempt of court, Ray. You can spend a night in jail with your client. I don't want to, actually. I'm good. Red Pirate Roberts? Understood, Your Honor. Forger Drew Misham was himself a forgery. The real forger was... Yeah, like, it had to be Vera, didn't it? Yeah, it had to be. There can only be one explanation, really. The real identity of the forger known as Drew Misham is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham.
Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, this is going out on a limb, even for you.
I kinda agree. I mean, Vera, a forger? Let's consider before you write it off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery had been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in the trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger.
Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense.
Too bad I gotta head out here. Close the time. See you later.
Bye, Cupid! Thank you for the lurk! Sorry you gotta close, though, buddy.
One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger's studio. Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well... Oh, Clever's thinking about it. Fascinating. Can we talk to Vera? Thank you. God, that's what we should have been doing the whole time.
Vera Misham? You've been paying attention to the trial so far.
Let's just ask her and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger, Drew Misham? Vera. Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes in Prosecutor Gavin's face. Dude. Sorry, I just remembered something. Sorry. I'm used to being stared at by Frauleins, believe me. Though they usually talk to me too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art? Yes.
Huh? So the forger Drew Misham was you?
Yes, it was me.
What?
The court was in an uproar and it wasn't coming down. We had to break for a 10-minute recess. To be continued. Oh my god. We're continuing. I'm sorry, gamers. Cliffhangers are for pussies. What a fucking twist, dude. She's so adorable. I can't believe it. No. Do I get to talk to Vera? Is that what's happening? October 8th, 1:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 6. But I didn't get myself lead poisoning. What did you do, Yemma? Okay, so where exactly does this leave us, Apollo? Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically. Huh? Well then, who was he? Well, he was actually... Fix my dash cam. Oh, nice! Doing her nails. So, you really made those forgeries?
Yes, for a father.
At some point, stab my finger. You'll probably be fine.
I know it was wrong. Could you tell us about how it happened?
Yay, lead solder. Woo!
My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, Father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent.
The talent for making forgeries?
How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything.
Am I too quiet compared to the... I might be too quiet. The back BGM is fucking loud. Get out of here. Anything?
Father was so proud, and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those
Forgeries.
I've never had a good constitution nor personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is... Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago.
So you were already you were already creating your works back then?
I started when I was only 12 years old.
So you were the one who figured out the stamp. So the one who figured out the stamp was poison. That was... Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please. Right. Out of time.
Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those are those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right. See, we checked them out, and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. I see. Mr. Justice?
Yes?
Father, he knew of you. Of both of you.
Your late father?
He was watching, gathering information. All about the Wright & Co. law offices.
But lady, we're not doing just law.
Yes, we do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Yet, when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was.
Who is Mr. Misham? How am I supposed to know? What if he was Daddy's daddy? Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. Jeez. I know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? I guess we're about to find out. Probably won't go too much longer, gamers, but... I think I bruised the inside of my nose. Damn, it hurts. I did something. My nose hurts. Oh, Vera's sprite is so cute! Court is now back in session. Vera, baby. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it works. How did you set up this Drew Misham forger persona? Oh god. There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head. I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy. What's hard? Very well, miss. If you would, did you really make those detestable forgeries? Oh. Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one?
Yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
So, she was the one who made the forgeries, yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation, so the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, she was the forger, not her.
I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I?
Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah?
Yes, it was in the desk drawer.
Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. Okay.
I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in the envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well, please begin the cross-examination. Right, okay. I need more information about this forger, this 𝙤𝙪𝙯. Let's see what we can get. I'll see what we get. Created things and Father sold them. Let's just ask. So these things you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right?
The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal. Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery. True. Please, tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father.
Alright. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting.
Okay, By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point?
Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance?
For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter.
None of this makes her sound very innocent at all. And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start, the beginning of a new industry for 𝙤𝙪𝙯. A new industry? The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Uh-oh. Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in the envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current. Press. Okay, it looks like we get to press everything. That's fine. So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used?
I enjoy painting very much.
I think I understand. The Fräulein has lived in an unusual little world. Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope?
Father signed them and sent them back, I believe.
Did he follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp. This is a rather important matter. Give your answers some thought. I received the stamp that was in the envelope. What do you mean you received it?
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back. Atropine. A moment, her forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera, why did you receive this stamp? Oh, she's staring at him so hard. Is something wrong?
It was beautiful.
Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps?
Yes, I think it was.
So, you didn't know about the poison? I guess not. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite the close call. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. Press! Okay. You mean you moved to where the current Drew Studios is?
Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books.
The single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Mission wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large.
And we had to meet someone for some reason. Father posed as the creator of the work.
So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew Mission. You did the work and he supplied the face. I haven't seen enough gay men fucking. I'm sorry, Acrio. That comes baby later. Haha. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway.
So you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it? Ah! Okay, I had to... It was very pretty, and more than that... Yes? It was a picture of people I liked at the time. This is something new. Bam! Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you'd be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fraulein. I love Vera so much. She's so cute. Look at her. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. Magicians? I love mysterious things. I always have. Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat. You're confusing mysterious with freaky. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See? Isn't magic great? Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited. But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad. Did she just say what I think she just said? Magic troupe? Now where have I heard that before? Red envelope came after she completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made. Apollo! We're close. We just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path it took to take Drumisham's life. I created things and Father sold them. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. Oh my god. It was them. Those magicians you liked. Was it this bunch? Apollo, they're not a bunch. I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? Good question. Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat Troop Grammarly. Also, we're gonna have ads in roughly 5 minutes, gamers. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin? Ooh. Prosecutor Gavin? Grammarly. What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please, tell me, what exactly did you make? Can I ask why? Can I ask why? No, answer the question. Now. Poor Vera. But Prosecutor Gavin, you're usually not the one whose volume concerns me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me, I apologize, but I must know. Please, Miss Misham, tell me. It was a book. A single page in a book. A book? Please, be more specific. It was a handwritten book. Like a diary. No, I don't know! What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Misham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk cat on the back cover? Yes or no? How did you know? Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor, nothing? Sullied? Who? Phoenix Wright. Who else? Daddy? He never told you about the trial 7 years ago? About how he came to lose his attorney's badge? Huh? It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk cat. What? Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence? And the forger who made that evidence is this girl standing in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gabin's face again. Yes, what? Is there something about me? I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary. Who was it? Vera! The devil. Defendant Vera Misham, condition, unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis, acute atroquinine poisoning. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She's currently in intensive care. It is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case, at first glance. Until it finally began to show its true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. Pixel Phoenix! Holy shit! In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. That is where we must go. Baby Trucy! To find the whole truth. To be continued. Holy shit. That is a great place to stop, Lamau. Holy shit. I just turned off ads for 5 minutes because I was scared we were gonna fucking run out of time. Showdown time. Oh, well, I guess the 5 minutes is coming in handy so I can pause! I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time, and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, seems I've found the partner I've been looking for all along. The fuck? Over a game of cards? Why, yes. Over a game of cards. That was how we first met. 7 years ago. Sorry, I had to differentiate Phoenix and Apollo's voices, but Phoenix's voice is just my normal. 7 years earlier, Phoenix Wright's final trial. Let's go! Sorry. Ah! Ah, the sprites. Ah! The nostalgia. Okay, that's really cool and everything, but I can't justify doing this any longer, so we're gonna save and suspend the play. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna run ads really quick. Do I have a run ads button? Run a 3-minute ad break. I'm gonna run ads really quick, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Have fun with your words on stream. Oh my gosh, holy shit. Woo. Is it not gonna run the ads yet? There we go, okay. See you guys. Bye. Hello, hello, I'm tiny, hang on. There we go. She's returned to the box. The box does her well. Hello, that was weird, but also fun. Smile? Question mark? I don't know. So honestly, we're probably gonna go raid. She's escaped containment. We're probably gonna go raid somebody, if I'm being 100% honest, because I have some stuff to do before work tomorrow. Leah's live. Should we go raid Leah? She's hanging out with bitches. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. He's made it. He's made it very clear that he doesn't like that. I shouldn't be saying that. I'm sorry. I like to say things funny, but I know I shouldn't say it like that. Sorry. On another person's stream, the word anal popped up once. Not surprised. Hi, Aggro. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm wondering, should we go raid Leah? Or should we go raid Lexi, who's playing? Okay, so we've got Ocarina of Time randomizer. We got an Ocarina of Time randomizer. We've got Pokemon Scarlet Violet, and we've also got we've got Simu. Oh wait, what are we feeling? Posture stretch. I'm about to leave, bro. How do you randomize mods? Probably. I don't know. Fine, I'll stretch, but not a lot. I'm about to be in for a days of pain at my work, so I did it's a hack, yeah, basically. So I got an OOT randomizer. They're really fun. Yeah, I've seen that they're pretty, excuse me, they can be pretty insane. I just had a really big burp. Does Ganon pop out instead of an Octorok? I don't think it's like, you can choose what's randomized, I believe. So, not fully sure, but you know, we have that option. Ah, why? What? No, never. The answer is never, ya boy. Randomized mobs, but not bosses. Yeah. I'm checking who else is live. So we have Ocarina of Time randomizer, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, and we've also got art. We've got an art. We've also got a birthday somewhere. And we've also got Infinity Nikki. It's up to you guys. Randomizer or Bedge. Okay. It's gonna happen sooner or later. Happening if it'll happen. Nope. Never. Does anybody else have an opinion on our direction? The places and spaces we go? People can have opinions. They're just all wrong except for mine. Wow. Nope. Wow. All right. Ah, we've gotten rorbed. Hydrate. Okay, fine. Hydrate. God. I trust the rorb. All right, I guess we'll go raid Leah. She's back after all. First day back, no subathoning. I'll probably say hi to Jumper soon. We'll go raid Leah. She's randomizing that Ocarina of Time. So, thank you guys so much for coming out. I'll be back on Tuesday. Schedule will come out on Monday. I'm sorry. Normally I would stream on Sunday. I'm sorry you guys had to go the whole weekend without me, but I think I'm still gonna be in the position. I'm not trying to dump this on you guys all the time. I'm just gonna make it quick. I'm still, I think, in the position of trying to find a new job so that I can have a better work-life balance, because quite honestly, this shit is messing with me really hard. I'm basically unavailable all weekend. I went 25 years without my dad. I can go 2 days. Jesus Christ! Acrio, please! It's not 2 days. You guys have to wait till Tuesday. So you're going from today till Tuesday. It's 3 days. And I stream late, so it's almost like 4 days. But that means you guys are gonna get a late night stream on Christmas Eve. Think about that one. You guys are gonna get a late night Christmas Eve stream, so I get to be festive as fuck. Ah! A whole Rorb days. What does that even mean? Do you guys want to do a roar braid? Do you guys want to do a roar braid? We're not gonna make it permanent, but this once in celebration of adding the emote, would you guys like to do a roar braid? Baby Ray and the 3 model names and the South Star and the Virgin?
What the
Chat.
hell is this?
What the fuck is a Christmas? I don't know how to celebrate Christmas. What's the OG? Normally raids with like throwing raid is normally throwing a brick, except no, it's not. The raid is normally the raid emote, and it's what's it called? Yeah, sorry. Fine. I didn't want to type it. It's get raided, idiot. I was thinking we could do roar braid, and it's just like double pasted. I was gonna make one, cause I have an idea. And then you just close it off with another orb, and then you paste that, like, one more time. And then the, like, that's, like, this is the raid. Rorb raid, rorb raid. Soonest, no! Get rorbed, idiot. Okay, that's kind of fun. Okay, which one do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to do get rorbed, idiot, or rorb raid, rorb raid? It's up to you. We could do get rorbed. Just capitalize that first G. That will absolutely drive me insane. Hang on. Okay, it seems the people have spoken. It seems the people have spoken. Hang on. I have to fix the capitalization. Thank you, Avo. I was gonna fix it, but thank you. Okay, I guess we're saying get rorbed, idiot. If anybody wants, I'm gonna make a version with the stars. Just once is fine. Just once is enough. Don't paste it twice. That's really long. Just once is enough, sadly. Just once. Copy this. Wait, I'll make a non-subby version. Hang on.
Take that!
Ah! Why? You keep sending singular bitoles. I wonder what you think you will accomplish by doing such acts. Okay, here's a non-subby version. If you guys want to get rorbed, idiot, we're gonna go raid Leah. She's very sweet, so grab those, please. There's a non-subby version in case you don't have a subby. Excuse me. Let's go raid Leah. So for now, thank you guys so much. You guys will get a little, it won't be very long, but you guys will get at least a little bit of a chatting, festive, Christmassy, holidaysy type of stream on Christmas Eve. So yeah, and yeah, you guys will get that. I'll see you guys all on, why? I'll see you guys all then. I'm sorry I can't stream on Sunday again. I'll be busy living my life and doing things, sadly, but thank you guys so much for coming, and I'll see you guys later. We might just chat on Tuesday, but then don't worry, Thursday and Friday we'll be back to shenaniganizing. It's not to worry. The Pandora model is so cute. Thank you, I like it a lot. Thank you for silly stream. Of course, thank you for coming. You guys are my silly gamers. You guys are my silly skeptics. We're all happy to be here. Do you guys feel like the fan name fits? I don't know. I feel like it's still really forced 90% of the time if I say it out loud, but if I type it somewhere, it's chill. But, like, I see, like, the hollow memes, and, like, Narissa will just say, oh my god, jailbirds, you guys are just, like, so like that, and it just feels so natural to her, and, like, other people referring to other fandoms, it just sounds so natural, like, oh, Pebbles were saying this, and this one, and, like, jailbirds were saying that, and ruffians were doing this, and I'm like, skeptics feels like it doesn't fit me. We have names as a community, as a, like, I guess it's a fan name, but it sounds self-absorbed to say that. Even though it's technically self-absorbed to have a fan name, even though people said that they wanted one, so I don't know. I don't know. Well, because the community is the DMC. We're the Divine Mythos Collective. All of us together, we are the DMC, okay? We are the DMC together. But you guys are the skeptics. That's how it is. We decided on this a few months ago. Skeptics make sense to me. Do you know why I chose skeptics, Acrio? I think it's only because it has two hard consonants and well, no, it just feels like, because it's like two syllables, right? You can't have anything too long. Skeptics, right? Like, there's an, like, you are a silly skeptic. Skeptic. Well, because then you have, like, jailbirds, ruffians, pebbles. I'm trying to think of the other holomems whose names I might know. Whose fan names I might know. Who else's deadbeats? I'd fuck with being called a pebble. Yeah, that's Bibu's tentacled. Yeah, because and then there's like deadbeats. Is Kiara is just the KFC. Yeah, 2 syllables, but they're softer sounds. That's true. But I didn't think we were gonna find anything better. The reason I went with skeptics is because if you think about it, skeptics are usually people who are like questioning religion and things like that. And I'm supposed to be a goddess, and it's all up to you guys believing me. And I think it's extra funny with a second layer of irony that I'm a goddess here presenting myself to you in a physical manifestation. And you're like, nah, I don't buy it. I guess technically it's 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙧𝙧, but that one came with a mask. Oh yeah, the 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙧, that's true. 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙧. But that one sounds fun. That one's fun. 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙧. She already sounds like a word, right? Because, you know, like Tomodachi, Tamagotchi, 𝙤𝙧𝙧𝙧s, you know, all that shit sounds similar. It's like a word established in our consciousness as nerds. You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, we'll go raid Leah. I'll see you guys later. I'll bother you guys soon, I promise. And I'll probably be Pedoru for the Christmas stream as well, because I don't get to use it after this, I guess. Jorts. So thank you guys so much. I'm gonna hit the raid time command. I'm gonna go raid Leah, I suppose. LUVT. So let me run through the thing. You guys know what's up. You guys know what's good. You guys know what time it is. I've got a Twitter, a Twitch, and a Blue Sky, or a Twitter, a TikTok, and a Blue Sky. You're obviously on my Twitch if you're here, or on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. The VODs channel is real. Make sure you check out Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky. I'm mostly trying to check out my Blue Sky because I'm trying to move stuff more there. I've got a YouTube account where you can check out edited videos, short clips, and song covers. I've also got a VODs channel where you can catch up on old streams you might have missed or games you might want to see me play. I've got a playlist of the covers that I've done before. You can check those out. There's actually more than one video in there now. You can also join the Discord. I recommend you join the Discord. You get more proactive updates, and you can also post memes, fan art, or anything you might find at 3 a.m. there. I might not answer at 3 a.m., but you know, you can post it. I'm also part of Stargazer. They're a really amazing VTuber group, and they're super cool. You should check out all of my gen mates and all of the people in Celesta who are the gen that debuted in the group. Also, I'm partnered with Rogue, so if you guys want company who doesn't support AI, unlike someone else, you should probably do that. And I got a link to my throne in case you guys might want to buy me something nice for the holidays. And someone else just raided with like a way bigger raid than mine, but I guess we're just gonna fucking go for it. So we're doing the Rorb raid. Everybody get the Rorb, get Rorbed. Okay, everybody get ready to get Rorbed. Okay, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Okay, bye-bye. See you later. I don't want to wait this many days, but see you. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Worship Goddess and stay skeptical. Bye.